Well, hey now, welcome to Fitz's Electric Bar. I am responding to Mike MGK Boston's contest and thread that he's developed, which is regarding three wedding songs. So he's looking for three songs, I guess, that could be wedding songs. So I'm going to tackle that with a little bit of serendipity. Today is actually my 30th wedding anniversary. And so I could actually say that Mike reminded me that my anniversary was coming up, and it was, I better make sure to acknowledge it. I actually was quite surprised that we have kind of a couple wedding anniversaries. One of them was when we got married in Japan in the Ward Office, which is the official, that's the day we actually got married, but the least romantic of it. And the second one was on February the 8th. And that one was a wedding ceremony at a shrine in Tokyo, very small affair, and I'll get to that in a minute. So starting off, my first selection is actually a song that is related to maybe not one's own wedding, but rather to acknowledge a friend's wedding and to wish the couple best wishes. So it comes off of Bob Weir's solo record Ace. And the track I'm going to choose is Cassidy, last song there. And I actually sent these lyrics to a friend of mine who was getting married, and I was not able to come to the wedding because I was living in Japan. And the lyrics are as follows: "Fare thee well now, let your life proceed by its own design. Nothing to tell now, let the words be yours, I'm done with mine." So kind of a tribute to somebody and a couple getting married and the beginnings of their life together. So Cassidy, Bob Weir, off of his solo record Ace. That's my track one for Mike MGK Boston. The next two are related to my wedding, my marriage, and I'll explain both of these. So the first one, when we got married, again, January 10th, the Ward Office was the official wedding in 1994, so 30 years ago. And then in February, we had our shrine ceremony. I'm going to show that in a minute, just a little picture of us at our marriage ceremony. And then the third one was a party we had in Toronto, my hometown, with family and friends. And we had the good fortune of having a band called the Sky Diggers play our wedding. I knew the guys from my time in Toronto. I used to go see them all the time playing everything from Elvis Mondays, Josh and Andy Mays, at the Cabana Room, to going to see them at the Horseshoe, at the Siboney. And we used to have a huge collection of people that would all go together to follow the band. And when I asked them if they would play our wedding, they very kindly said yes. So I was very honored by that. And let's just say it was one hell of a party. So off of their first record, the CD, just Sky Diggers, and the track is I Will Give You Everything. I Will Give You Everything, I always found to be a tremendously romantic song and a beautiful song. And so Sky Diggers, I Will Give You Everything, kind of the spirit of a deep emotional connection and a marriage. Another one ties into the second celebration we had. I mentioned that February 8th, 1994, coming up, will be 30 years, was our wedding ceremony at a shrine. Photo there. And we went to see, on our wedding night, we went to see Bob Dylan at Budokan. Not the famous Budokan show that was recorded years earlier, but rather Bob Dylan was in Tokyo, and it was on our wedding night, and my wife, just shows how much she loves me, agreed to go see Bob Dylan on our wedding night. I have a few friends who roll their eyes at that. But she acquiesced, and we had a nice time going to see Bob Dylan. But the track off of Empire Burlesque, Emotionally Yours, it was later covered by the OJs. They did a beautiful soul version of the song, but Emotionally Yours, I think, is a beautiful ballad, a wonderful Bob Dylan song, and very appropriate for a wedding song. So that's my third selection. Number one, Ace from the album Ace, Bob Weir, Earth Cassidy. Number 2, Sky Diggers, I Will Give You Everything. Number 3, Bob Dylan and Empire Burlesque. Those are my entries. And Mike is looking to get 1 million subscribers, so we all need to work and really dig down deep to try to be able to do everything we can, because Mike's always been very supportive of all of us new upcomers in the vinyl community, of which I consider myself definitely a newbie, and he's always been very supportive. So let's get Mike 1 million subs, shall we? Carpe diem. And although my wife, I'm sure, is not actually watching, I do want to send out my absolute love to her on this 30th wedding anniversary. I'm a very lucky man.